Hello and welcome to a new video here on this channel. My name is Dominik from Team Purple Haze, and today I wanted to showcase what Nekroz can do after the Bahamut Shark kit. Because we all know we're all excited to have Unicorn plus Totally Awesome on the board. I was interested in Nekroz because I really like the deck and wanted to see what the deck can do. First of all, I have to tell you that this deck is not very linear, so it's very hand dependent, but I can show you some basic stuff that you can do with it. I'm gonna show you one thing that a lot of people are thinking about, and that is the Mitsurugi mix. Enough for me, I'm gonna show you step by step what I think the deck is going forward. And also I'm going to show you a little deck list with one of the engines at the end of the video.
Now shout out to our sponsors, the first one being Graad, the best grading company in Europe based in pianetahobby in Milan. The second one is CardTrader, the online marketplace platform where you'll find the cards you need at market price in one shipment only. Create your account using the link right here. The third one, Game to Collect, is one of the top Italian sellers on the market, specializing in high rarity American cards, code format and misprints. They also collect your cards up to 85% of their value. Next one is Magician Circle, a local store in Trieste specialized in sealed and custom products. They also host events for all TCGs. Then shout out to GameLover, your favorite place based in Crema, where you can eat, play card games, table games and also video games. Next we got ALIANDY, your go-to place in San Giovanni Lupatoto, where you can find mangas, comics, board games, singles and tournaments for all TCGs. Then a shout out to Planet Fun, the best place to go in Rovato for weekly tournaments for all TCGs. Last local store we have is Gamerland, based in Abbiate Grasso, Lombardy's best shop to buy singles, sealed and play weekly tournaments. Then we have Chappa's Playmats. They produce amazing custom playmat that may have your own image on them. Last but not least we have Dragon Ink. They produce our official PA jerseys and cloth mats. All their links are in the description down below, so don't forget to check them out.
First line that I wanted to show you is having Areadbhair here and Shurit in hand. When we start off this play, obviously we only have the Areadbhair here. We're gonna tribute the Shurit and send the Divine Mirror, which is a new ritual spell, and then Shurit can trigger to add ourselves the Brionek. So now we're gonna use the Divine Mirror engrave, banishing Shurit and itself to add the cycle. Now we can use Brionek to add Avance Swordsman, the new Nekroz main deck monster. From here we can normal summon Avance and activate the effect to special summon Emilia. Emilia then can trigger to add ourselves the Nekroz of Trishula. So now we're gonna use Cycle to tribute and special summon back the Areadbhair here. And now the Avance can trigger to add back Divine Mirror and Shurit. So with this setup, basically one card combo, you end on Areadbhair here is a monster negate. You have Trishula in your opponent's turn, which is always nice, and you have Shurit to fulfill the requirements of Nekroz of Trishula. And yeah, this is the pretty basic stuff that you can do with this, and now we're gonna see what the other combos can do. So on this combo line we are going to go to a 2-card combo, which is Avance and Emilia. So obviously we're gonna start with Avance and we're gonna special summon our Shurit. Now we can special summon the Emilia. Emilia triggers to add the Areadbhair here, Areadbhair here, I don't know. And we're gonna activate the effect. This time we're gonna tribute 2 cards. And we're gonna send Divine Mirror and Trishula. Now Shurit will trigger to add the Brionek. And we're gonna use Brionek to add ourselves the Unicorn. So now we're gonna use Divine Mirror, banishing 2 and add Kaleidoscope. So obviously this is a very known stuff in Nekroz. Kaleidoscope, Sand Herald, special summon Unicorn. So now Arclight can trigger and we add the Clausulas. Nekroz will activate. We insert the cycle. So now we're gonna use cycle to tribute the Avance and special summon. I'm just gonna say Aread, I don't know. And then this will trigger to give us back the Trishula and the Divine Mirror. So when we start with Emilia and Avance, we can end on the monster negate Unicorn for extra deck negates or like floodgate like effect, and we have Trishula with Divine Mirror in hand. So depending on what you have in your hand or on your board, you can fulfill fulfill the requirements of Trishula. My English today is horrible, I'm sorry. And in this last part I wanted to show you what one advance can do on its own if you do the Mitsurugi mix. And this is kind of a nice end board. It plays less into the Nekroz with just this one card, but obviously you have 4 more other cards in your hand, so basically you can do the same exact end board including the Nekroz stuff on top if you maybe have like a Nadir Servant or something like this. So we're going to start by normal summoning and special summon Emilia. Like this is like the bed and brother of Nekroz. Gonna activate the effect, add the Brionek. Now we're gonna overlay into King of the Fairy Limbs. This one will add the new ritual monster Amino Habakiri. This one will now reveal to special summon our Saji, and we have to tribute the King of the Fairy Limbs. I'm gonna do this right now. And Saji will now trigger to add 1 Mitsurugi spell or trap, which is Prayers. Now we're gonna use Prayers. We are summoning, adding and summoning our Maza and take the 800. Now this one will trigger and this one will trigger. Gonna search the Murakumo and we're gonna search the Mitsurugi ritual. We're gonna use the ritual spells, sending Night Serpent and Kusanagi to special summon out our Murakumo, and Kusanagi will trigger and the Serpent will trigger. So now at this point we're gonna overlay into a second King of the Fairy Limbs. This time we're gonna add the Reptilian Corto. You don't have to use this card, this is like a free extender that you can use in this deck. It's like Night Serpent, you don't have to use them, just to showcase what you can do. So this just says if you control a dark reptile you can special summon it for free. That's all we care about, because now we're gonna use this to make that goes to Emerald, and Emerald will just shuffle back anything, draw 1 card. I'm just gonna take one that's not needed, so we pretend we have the draw here. And then we can overlay into Topic Future and Draco Future, but we can go 1 step further. Gonna use Mitsurugi Ritual to special summon the Futso, and now this one will trigger, bring back and add the Mitsurugi Mirror, which is also one of the new cards. We're gonna use the Mirror with a ritual spell, tribute and bring back the Habakiri. Now Futsu will trigger, bring itself back and add the trap card, which is basically an Omni Negate. And now because we want to get the Murakumo back into graveyard, we can go into like any rank 8 XZ that detaches for cost when it uses the effect, like Photo Lord, it's a monster negate. You can do some link plays after that, I don't know, there's a lot you can do with this. And then you end on this, and if you want you can use the Brionek and add the Valkyrus, so even at this point you just protect it from the battle phase, which is fine. All your monsters are big anyways, and I think this one can't dive a battle either. But yeah, this is just like an option that you can do. It's like obviously very exaggerated, but I'm just here to showcase what the deck can do after the Bahamut ban. But now I wanted to go into one of the deck lists that I prepared, tell you something about it, talk about other options that you can add into this deck to make up for the Bahamut ban. Alright, so let's talk about how we actually can build Nekroz when the stuff releases for the TCG, what we can build around this deck and what you can achieve with this. First, I wanted to explain what you can see here. The first thing is I divided this deck list into 2 parts. The first part is just engine requirements. So basically everything you see up here up until preparation of rites is basically engine requirement for Nekroz. I want to tell you 2 things. The first part is you don't have to play Nekroz of Metaltron. I personally like this card a lot. It's quite nice if you get it out. And after that we have 2 Kaleidoscope. Some people only use 1. You can cut 1 if you really need the extra deck space. So let's talk about the other stuff. We have the Dogmatica package. You don't have to play the Ecclesia, but I would recommend playing a second Nadir Servant target. You can also play a second Maximus. just something to make Nadir always live. The issue is if you play the second Maximus, you draw it, you sometimes have issues making him live because you don't actually get the extra deck monster into the grave if you don't have the access to Kaleidoscope. After that, I would recommend playing at least one of the Charmies. Fubulos is obviously the best one, because the deck engine, as you can see, is quite big and it doesn't necessarily play that good into an established board. So you kind of need stuff to oppress your opponent, force them to make smaller boards so you can play through it, or you can draw into your pieces that you can actually play with. Then I just added Imperm because it's one of the best staple hand traps ever printed. And then we have Called by and Talents. Both are one-offs and I personally don't see a reason not to play them. Then there's one engine right here, which is the Swap Proc engine with the Mirror Mage of the Ice Barrier, basically making Toad still live again by discarding one of the water monsters, special summoning Swap Proc, sending Mirror Mage, getting the spell revives this, and then we have totally awesome material. Obviously this is not perfect, this is an option that you can do. Basically everything you see down here can be exchanged just like the way you need it, just like the way you want it, plus one or two cards up here that I explained. In the side deck part you see that there are some options that I wanted to highlight. One thing is the Riser package that plays with a much smaller Nekroz package. I just wanted to showcase more the Nekroz side than actually Riser or bridging Nekroz into Riser. Then we have the Mitsurugi, which is basically a 2-card combo if you want to access both parts of your deck, but the Nekroz part can translate you into your Mitsurugi stuff. Next up we have the Voiceless Voice Ritual Archetype, basically an option that you can run. It's not impossible, and I actually saw some lists that work quite well together. Then obviously you can play Kashtiras, high level monsters, big beatsticks, they add interruptions, and also Unicorn right now is just a fantastic card. Then we have the Zaborg or Mega Monarch version, which basically rips the opponent's extra deck, including Maximus, so you basically send up to I think 10 or 12 cards from your deck to the extra deck, and from the opponent, basically making them not being able to play the game. If you chain correctly, you can trigger Herald of the Arclight 4 times by sending it 3 times. Kind of funny. The next things I wanted to highlight are just things to consider. One thing is Poseidra. Poseidra is a go second option that you can play, basically special summoning him for free by discarding any of your water monsters, sending another copy of itself, and then bounce something from the opponent. Then we have White Howling, going first card. If you control water monster, target one spell in the opponent's graveyard, banish it. All of the other spell cards are negated. Then obviously we don't need the extra deck, so we can play Ultimate Slayer. We can even think about a Gordian Schneider, which is like one of the new cards from Alliance Inside. Yeah, lastly there is some stuff that you can do with Tidal, because Tidal is back to 3. You can discard it, send one of your monsters to the graveyard. You even can play the, let me check, Nekroz of Decisive Armor. It's a water dragon and Tidal can search it. You have the Catastor, which is a dragon water, and you can search it. You basically have to see what you want to do with the deck. Some cards in the extra deck I want to highlight. Even though you don't play Toad, you can still make it, especially with Maximus being able to send it to the graveyard. You can recycle all your stuff, which is quite nice. This card is maybe not that known, but basically in the graveyard you can banish it to get a spell trap removal. Then we have Coraline Anemone, which is also a good card. You can revive some of your graveyard stuff. You can even, I think, yeah, you can target one water monster. You can basically reborn Shurit and reuse it. You can play around with the frogs. You can do some stuff with the barrier statue. Like, your possibilities are basically endless. That's it for the video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to comment, like and subscribe. I will be doing some more of these, maybe with more decks that can actually do combos. But I like showcasing stuff, especially decks that I like. Bye bye.